we're good old guys. You know what I mean? Like one time Jim was like, dude, it's crazy if you think about it. Like you're in your late 30s. I think he's 50. Sorry if you're not, Jim, if you listen to this, because I don't remember. No,
He's
I
still
think he's
young to
30.
me, man. I'm still older to him if he's 50.
Right. And he's like, it's pretty crazy, man. Like, we don't even have to like work on not being problematic. I said, isn't it crazy? It's almost like we weren't pieces of shit to begin with.
That's right. It's
It's pretty, it's crazy. Yeah. Which I mean, I was honestly very lucky. Super redneck mom, but my dad was a like biker, fucking like,
oh,
you know, Black Sabbath early adopter guy obsessed with Jimi Hendrix. So even though I grew up in the middle of the woods, it was like, I mean, I grew up in the woods with a fucking psycho hippie guy over here. Like, I
oh,
don't know
hell
what to
yeah.
tell you.
Now, are your
In fact, I just got home like a week ago from seeing him,
oh, that's
which
awesome.
was nice. Yeah, like my dad's 70, which is insane. It's like, fuck.
Five. So, he passed away younger than he should have, but I always knew him as an older guy anyway, from,
Yeah.
you know, seeing Tennessee is what it is. We I grew up in a different sort of household than most people in Tennessee. So
Oh,
we'll
yeah.
just
And
leave it at
that's
that.
all it takes. Exactly.
Yeah.
It's having perspective, but that has nothing to do with what we were going to talk about, which is my flag behind me, the ICW NHB flag. I have said it before. I was a very, very late to the party NHB fan. I didn't even know what the fuck it was, I think, until for whatever reason, for no reason, the first time I ever got IWTV, which had to have been like, well, I think I got it in 2019 and I didn't really fuck with it till the pandemic, like a lot of people.
Sure.
And I see this like hit fighter and I'm like, what the fuck is this? And I put it on and I fell in love with it. And I kind of forgot about it throughout, the insanity that was the pandemic. And then I see ICW No Holds Bar, and I'm like, what the fuck is this now? Chains, holy shit! And then
Oh
finally,
yeah.
I got pretty into it. But that wasn't until like literally like 2024 maybe, and then I didn't really get super into it till last year.
I was always a little bit intimidated by like a lot of that pandemic deathmatch stuff. I don't know if you remember, like a lot of it was like no ring,
Yeah,
not just the pit fighter type stuff, but there were like promotions that were doing like no ring shit in
yeah.
bars, and it was hard to follow and hard to watch, frankly. But wrestling during the pandemic was not something I want to revisit anytime soon.
See, I'm a psychopath. I loved it. That was one of my favorite eras because I have always been into the creative part of pro wrestling. To me, I'm all about, and it's weird because like I love like two motherfuckers rolling around on the mat for an hour. I can watch
Right.
that too, but the pull for me was the weirdo shit because the first thing I ever fucking see is Vader and Sting.
Oh
Like,
yes, yeah. Well, yeah,
holy fuck, like we can't get any more like goofy on just that image alone than
sure.
that. So I've always been like a fan of the shit like Chikara, which now is Power Pro Lucha, inspired by Chikara, of course. That kind of shit. IWA Mid South, they did some goofy shit too. People think it was just deathmatch. Now they did some goofy ass fucking angles too.
Oh, I can get into the stupid, ridiculous, like Japanese shit from the '90s.
Yeah.
I love it. Like I can really get into that. But I think it was with the pandemic, it was more to do with just the overall feeling of everything just being in this unknown sort of realm.
Yeah.
And like, oh shit, like I don't even need to be focusing on wrestling. I need to be trying to focus on staying alive.
Yeah.
It was an interesting time. It's one I can't even believe sometimes that it was 6 fucking years ago.
I know, man. That's what fucks me up because for me, I was an essential worker. So I think maybe part of it was I just wasn't also having to worry about my job, which for a lot of
Sure.
people that were into, more digital jobs and things like that, that maybe, not just the pandemic, but let's also fucking talk about the elephant in the room not long after.
Yeah.
AI begins to start really developing as well. So all that shit together has just been killer for a lot of workforce. But like for me, I think it was an escape, and maybe that's why I romanticize it as well. Is
Sure.
Dynamite specifically was like my fucking thing, man. I waited for it, and obviously Dark and all that stuff that we got as well. But like really into that, and out of that, I kind of was out of the pandemic. Like No Peace Underground was a no ring thing. There was another
Was
one
it
that
Violence and oh god,
yes,
was it BXS? Yeah, that was another one, right?
that one was the one where
Yeah.
like you're talking about how it was almost like you're like, am I watching a fucking snuff film? Like
Right,
this is a
right.
weird feeling.
Yeah, is this shit like are the cops going to shut this down?
Yeah. Are they
Um
going to shut me down for watching it?
right, right. So you bring up AI. I'm not even familiar with what that is, but when the show's over you can kind of tell me what AI. I don't even know what that is.
It's
Is
a
that
fad.
something I need to be concerned about or
Nah, you're good, man.
okay.
You're
Good.
fine. I'll
Okay.
put it that way.
Well, I used it I used the pandemic because we had all that extra time on our hands. I was essential too, but shit, man, we just stayed home when I wasn't
Yeah.
working. So like I used that time to go back. Like I dug deep, I started watching some, I got really into Japanese wrestling at that time. And, it had a little extra money because you weren't doing shit. So like I was subscribing to stuff and buying DVDs and, just all kinds of shit like that. So, that's what I used it for. And just really didn't spend a whole lot of time on the new stuff.
Yeah, that was it was like a weird era I've talked about too, where like I kind of was out of the indies, and that goes back to the initial thing uh
Sure.
of the flag behind me, which is I kind of had blinders onto the indies in general for a while. And I think because, again, me being in the Jacksonville area, AEW fucking swept me up completely. And it just kind of became my wrestling fandom. And then,
Oh
of
yeah.
course, New Japan, once it became clear, like, oh, they are going to work together, because that's a very pivotal part to all this modern shit that people forget is they were not cool for a while,
Oh
you
my
know.
God. Absolutely. That was, I remember when that announcement was made, I was like, oh, thank goodness, man. We're going to have some collaboration here.
Well, and I don't know if there was the announcement or Kenta just showing the fuck up in the middle of the
But
pandemic, but
yeah, that could have been, yeah, that
that
was,
I
yeah.
just remember that blowing my mind. I remember going, "Holy fucking shit, Kenta's here and he just
Hmm.
killed Moxley. What are we doing?" That was cool. And so unless it was like, and it is what it is, but unless it was like GCW or oddly enough, I got into Defy pretty decent, and that started
Hmm.
me being into the Pacific Northwest, and I still try to keep a tether there, but just for whatever reason, I didn't really think about the indies to the point that my IWTV subscription just kept rolling and I didn't notice.
Oh,
And
sure.
like 2022 maybe was when I finally jumped on it and I was like, I already have this. Holy shit.
Yeah.
And that's of course when I started finally finding all this shit. But
You know what's
last year,
nostalgic for me is when
yeah,
I went back like a fucking nerd and started watching the Masked
what?
Wrestler.
Oh, dude, I've been on the fence about that for the longest. So I'm gonna fucking do that.
Oh, dude, you got to do it. It's like, what the fuck am I watching? Yes, so good.
And to imagine that, like in the middle of that, a whole other can of worms opens that like
Yes.
puts the whole fucking thing in jeopardy, and they like tough through that, and then realizing like guys like fucking Atticus and Lee Moriarty are in it,
Right.
and you're like, oh
Absolutely.
right, that was like at the beginning of them being a
Yes,
thing,
absolutely. Yeah, Statlander.
dude.
She was a judge.
Oh
It's
wow,
wild to go back and watch it.
yeah,
Yeah,
man.
it's
I
good
think
stuff.
Yuta might have even been a part of that.
Oh,
That
I
was
think he was.
nuts. He was like IWTV champ. That's what, you know what's funny? That unlocked exactly when I got back into the indies in any form was the Daniel Garcia, Lee Moriarty fucking
Yeah.
thing. And then the Wheeler Yuta
Holy
Daniel
shit.
Garcia thing. That might have been first. Was that
That
first?
match in that, 150-degree building that night.
Yeah, man. They went the hour. I mean,
Yes.
that really got me into it. And I've really only gotten more obsessed since. And it wasn't deathmatch at first. I really didn't fuck with deathmatch for years. And I don't know why. I think I just, you get married and you sort of try to like navigate what marriage is because it's this fucking thing that's beat on you, especially in America. For
Yeah.
those international people, they may not understand that like it is such a weird, like, it really is like a very Protestant minded. You get married, you have a bunch of fucking kids,
Yeah.
you live in a house that you whatever don't like, who cares,
Yeah.
and you have a shit job and blah blah blah. So that was a good little like year where I finally just realized, and the pandemic didn't help because I got married in 2019. So,
Holy shit.
dude, and that's another one about like, man, I don't ever have to worry about me and my wife working out because we survived our first year, like really our second year of marriage in a pandemic.
Oh my God. Were
Yeah.
you in Florida when that happened?
Ye- Oh yeah, I
Okay.
saw
Okay.
all the
Yeah.
plastic bag masks and fucking
Yes.
all that weirdo shit every
Yeah.
day.
Oh yeah. I used to love, I wore a mask at work, just for the safety of others, not
Of
necessarily
course.
concerned about myself. And the ridicule I would get from some of the clients was always just like fucking amazing to me. I just never want to go back there.
Never, dude. Never.
Yeah.
It was a dark time. You never knew like what was going on. You're just like, fuck, like what are we doing? And of course, the weeks and weeks. So yeah, out of all that, I get into indies, and then for whatever reason, and I don't know what started it, deathmatch becomes a thing. Well, it was GCW. It just was.
Yeah.
And then I was like, well, I know from being a teenager and being obsessed with this shit and straight up upset it, illegally pirating fucking wrestling for a
Sure.
decade, that there's other shit out there. And so then, of course, my whole thing when I was a teenager, the over one was CZW. So I go
Hmm.
back to that. And then, of course, I find out, oh, no CZW at the moment.
Yep.
GCW is basically the actual innards that matter of CZW. And then I find ICW. And at the time, I don't even think the chains were a thing yet. It was just Danny running shows under that ICW New York banner for like
Yes.
a little bit,
Yep.
maybe a year even. Um, I do remember a really fucking good death match between Murdoch and Reed Bentley. And I think they got kicked out of the Mecca out of that. I do believe that's the famous fucking
I think
match.
you're right. Yes.
And I just remember
Yeah.
being like, I love the lighting because they had that cool. I always marked out for the ECW rave in Milwaukee, like
Oh yes.
ring of not like neon just up at the top, and they had that in the Mecca for that shit. And I was like, that's cool. And just Danny kind of fucking around. I had no idea that Danny had started GCW with Brett, so I didn't even know any of this. And then they do No Holds Barred, and I jump on like way later. And last year, I get this flag, long story short. And I get the flag, and then the last show under ICW No Holds Barred happens, and they're talking about maybe it's gone. And I'm like, you're fucking kidding, man. I got so into this company, and now we're fucked. Like, what are you talking about? We're fine, obviously. That is why we're here. So, yeah, the
That's right.
flag.
Yeah, you remember the No Holds Barred, the ICW, was it the Deathmatch Drive-In? Have you ever watched that?
I
During
have
yeah,
just now begun those actually. Never
oh,
have seen
so
them.
good, so good.
Dude, so good.
Yeah, yeah. Now that is some pandemic wrestling that I just really enjoyed. That was good shit.
Yeah, very good. I've come to realize how good the death match fucking pandemic era really was. And so definitely gonna, I think we can safely say we'll jump into that as we go along in this little shindig. And we've got a lot of things that we've discussed, people that might appear.
Yeah,
And hey, I'm open to it. We've got people fucking actually like noticing this shit already, which is very nice.
I love it. That's awesome. Do you think anything? So to kind of circle to NHB 100,
Yes.
I have like one like glaring overall thought about
Yeah.
that show.
Hmm.
And I went back and rewatched it today just to make sure that I'm not just like crazy, right?
Yeah.
I think it might be the best single night deathmatch show in America, maybe in history.
Okay.
Like I've seen there's some great stuff out there, man. Like I always go
Yeah.
back to like Tournament of Death 3, right?
Okay.
But that was a great show. But
Hmm.
I just think that what happened at 100, man, there's two matches on that. We'll get to all the matches, but there's two
Yeah.
matches on that show that are matches of the year for sure.
I mean, I don't think it's an insane comment that you just made. I really don't. I mean, the more that I like the hype and the reception that Schlack and Slade got alone,
Jesus
you
Christ, what a
have to
match.
consider
Yeah.
it one of the greatest at the very least of all time. You know, when I think, I don't know why, when I think about greatest American deathmatch shows of all time, you know, and some people are probably going to call me crazy, and I know some will for sure, but I don't give a fuck. Uh, it's Tournament of Death. Is it 8 or 9? The one that is it's got like everybody from the 2000 scene. It's got Mox, it's got
Oh yeah.
Thumbtack Jack, it's got fucking Brain Damage, it's got everybody, Drake, all those guys. It's not the one where Nick dies. It's
Yes.
the rewind one, actually, I believe, is the one I'm thinking about. Dude, that one got worn out on the hard drive. That one fucking absolutely is just classic to me. God.
I need to go back and watch that one. I hold TOD3 in a really like high regard. I just love that freaking show, you know. I think, Green Phantom and Necro Butcher is one of my favorite matches. I love that match. It's an underrated death match in my opinion.
I mean, yeah. I mean, let's just look at this tournament at 3 fucking real quick. Green Phantom, the Arsenal, which I remember actually kind of ruling at the time. This is 2004, by the way. So
Yeah.
Sexy Eddie, can't beat at that. Ruckus, a rare
Yes.
TOD with Ruckus involved. Nick Gage, Necro, Madman Pondo, fucking JC Bailey, like right before he really blew up.
Yes.
Evil Ninja #2, and then of course, Chris Cash and the eventual winner, Wife Beater.
That's right. That's right. And
Yeah.
Sexy Eddie, this is the show that Sexy Eddie, had
Dies.
the had the arterial whatever. That was a mess.
Fuck yeah, dude. Yeah, dude.
Like I can't
Tremendous.
watch that show if I think my wife or anybody, might walk in the room. Because I know they're going to be like, what the? Because they're going to walk in when Sexy Eddie's spraying blood all over the fucking place.
Of
That's
course.
that's when they're going to walk in. Nobody ever walks in the room when I'm watching Joshi when two badasses are kicking ass. They always walk in. It's like, what the fuck are you watching?
She walked in probably when Lucky 13's arm exploded.
Yes,
And
yes.
you're like, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, yeah. Why is there all those different colors of blood?
With me, it's always my wife looks over at the laptop and it's like the most homoerotic moment in
Oh
a
yes.
match.
Oh, that's another.
And
good
she's
one.
like,
Yes.
"You're telling me that just wrestling's not inherently gay?" And I always
Yeah.
tell her straight up, "Of course I'm telling you it's gay.
Sure,
I don't care about that."
It's 100% gay, and that's okay. I mean,
Yeah,
I don't care.
fuck no. In fact, maybe that is kind of the little secret sauce that makes it so cool. So I did look it up. I'm correct. The one that I'm remembering is Tournament of Death Rewind. It was and this is why I remember it. I was like, it was like in the fall. It was October 25th, 2009. This is a crazy fucking lineup. The winner's Thumbtack Jack. And I remember that because I
Okay.
fuck. I think he like just destroys Masada on some fucking cinder blocks to just
Yes.
finish it. It's Brain Damage, Danny Havoc, Zandig came out of fucking hiding for this shit.
Yep.
Mox, Masada, Gage, and Sammy Callahan back when he had his little run.
Oh my God, Sammy Callahan.
Switchblades.
That run for Sammy, just an unbelievable historical run for an independent wrestler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God, but that tournament of death before that, the one 6-6 2009, respect. They fucking, you know what, DJ, people give DJ Hyde a lot of shit, but that motherfucker is like Dusty. He had his guys because Thumbtack Jack won this motherfucker just like he did the one right after.
Yep.
So Thumbtack Jack just fucking took over 2009 and CZW. He beat in this one. Jesus, I didn't realize there were so many guys in this one. Brain Damage, Danny again, Deranged, DJ, of course, himself, Drake, Dysfunction, shout out to Dysfunction for back in the day, Mox, Gage, Scotty Vortex, Toby Klein, Wax. That's a 2000s
Holy
name.
Shit. Yes.
And another one, OMG. So there you have it, folks. But
That's
anyway,
a show.
so that's where I came from, was the CZW school of fucking American Deathmatch. I'm like, they're the top. So I find out, no, they're not, GCW. And then this ICW thing started. And then, you know, I get into the chains, I see it. We get into the fucking shit. And here we are. I mean, I feel like I just started watching this company at like, you know, seriously, every single show I've watched of NHB probably since like, which isn't that long, but like,
right,
you know, and here we are at 100, you know, right. And I'm so glad that all the NHB shit got sorted out before that, and we got the Chattanooga weekend, which I'm going into 100, I'm thinking, how are they going to top that weekend? Holy shit, they did.
I think they did. I mean, I've since last weekend, I've now watched the show in its entirety 3 times just to be sure. And today was the 3rd time, and I was like, it's an incredibly entertaining show, and it's got to be gratifying for those guys how good that show turned out. I don't think, I don't think there's anything on that show that isn't worthy of being on their 100th show. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I think the legacy that NHB is going to have going forward, I just think that they're on a run right now, and they can continue it. They've got a locker room that's ready to go.
Yeah. I mean, and this was the like, when I think about just not even deathmatch, but like a company in one show saying, hey, this is fucking what we are. This is maybe the most of that too. Like this is like the NHB equivalent of like TPI 2004. You know what I mean?
There you go.
Like this is what this company is at the end of the day. Like obviously there was the deathmatch equivalent, and that's a whole conversation, but like wrestling wise, there you go.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think when you look at the promotion as a whole, to make it to 100 shows in and of itself is a hell of an accomplishment.
Yeah.
But then you go back, and you and I have kind of talked about doing a sort of, bringing some matches to the table that might be the best in their history. Man, there are so many great matches that have taken place in those chains, and that's going to be a challenge to narrow it down, because hell, just on this show alone, there were 2 that I'm going to be thinking about for a long time. I can tell you that.
Yeah. And I guess we might as well get into it, because one of them was the opener.
Yeah, absolutely.
And right away, and I love it. First off, the venue, I love the Anchor Rock Club. I couldn't think of a better like replacement for them. because obviously the carousel room, it was made famous by GCW, but like the chains were in there as well. And it's just a classic venue. And they lost that. And they just, they don't want to run the fucking place that GCW runs, or maybe they can't, or whatever that is. And it doesn't matter. Anchor Rock Club, I'm like, yeah, this is a chains fucking establishment to me.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. It's a great establishment. Looked great on TV.
Yeah.
It had to be a blast to be in there. They packed them in. That place was full of
Yeah.
people. Yeah. And I love the balcony, and that comes into play a little bit.
A little bit. Yeah, that was fucking really cool. And how they had that banner up with the
Yeah.
100. I was like, this is fucking cool. And I always appreciate that about Danny and the team. They understand their aesthetic, but they also understand we can still get some fucking logo placement in here.
Yeah.
We're not just gonna have a barren fucking wasteland, unless
Yeah.
it calls for it. And right away, and I love it, Danny's like, all right, it wouldn't be the chains without some fuckery. So we got some shit moving around. The only thing I remember specifically was obviously it was supposed to be Mance and Reed Bentley.
Yes.
And I'm glad Danny, just when he says the cancellation shit, he says straight up, hey, it's beyond anybody's control. We're not mad
Yes.
at Reed. I can't remember who else.
I think
had to go.
Hoodfoot
That
missed it.
was it.
Yeah.
Yeah, wasn't it? Was it supposed to be Hoodfoot and Jameson or something?
I
don't
think
remember.
Hoodfoot, was he in the 4-way originally?
Oh, you're right, because JB took the
JB,
place, right?
yes. Yeah, he took his
Yeah,
place.
JB Anderson, which we'll get into. What a fucking
Yeah.
performance from that dude.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so I mean, I can't think of a more perfect match where somebody comes in as an alternate and fucking kills it than here. So they're like, nah, we're still doing Manser defending that IWTV belt.
Yeah.
But now it's Bobby Beverly coming
Yeah.
in. And am I crazy? I feel like we haven't seen Bobby in a long time. And he
I agree with you. It's been a minute since I think he's been on any of the shows. I can't remember him being on any.
Yeah, I don't remember. And God, I was like, this almost feels like it was meant to be. It's like I forgot all about, no offense to Reed, but it's like I forgot all about that was supposed to be Reed and Mance. This feels so right. It's like, fuck,
Yes.
this had to happen on the 100th fucking show. It's crazy.
That's right. Yeah. And it was, it felt like a fight, right? That the match itself felt like an IWTV championship match, a fight, right? It just had weapons thrown around, that they used. But as a whole, it felt like just a great opener, just a hell of a good fight. And that's what Mance is good at.
Oh God, he's the best at it. Yeah. And I was going to say, this felt like the perfect follow-up for the match he had with Murdoch on SCI weekend, right? Is the same. It's like it just went right into each other. Just here we go. Same vibe. And I mean, I really sincerely hope, and I don't know, I know post-match Mance had mentioned like, you had said there may not be many more of these for you. And I do know Bobby's been around a while. I know he was a star for the chains there for a long time a few years ago. And in fact, if I'm not crazy, I think he was American Deathmatch champion even. So it was a very cool moment as well to see that respect and very real, like, you could see Mance holding back emotion about, hey man, thank you, this fucking ruled, and it's a big deal to me that I'm in the ring with you right now and you're Bobby fucking Beverly. And it's like we need more of that in wrestling, right? We need more of that actual respect, not the fake respect you get where, like, I'll be honest, the biggest gag moment to me on an indie show is when you have like this match that seems like it's heated even, and it doesn't even need to be good. It's just a match. But then at the end, they do the brother hug and the fucking this guy. Fuck off with that.
I hate that shit too, man. It's if you bring that out a few times a year, it's fine. But every fucking show doesn't need it, and it feels like we get it more and more every week. And what Mance said to Bobby was, that wasn't that. It was different. It felt, well, I mean, it was sincere for sure. I believe every word that comes out of Mance's mouth. I live, I've told you this. I live about 15 minutes from Bucksnort, Tennessee, right?
Yeah.
I'm convinced that motherfucker's from there. I don't know. I've never seen him, but I'm convinced he's from there.
I have enough respect and fear of him that I
Yeah.
won't ever ask him. Even
Right.
if I
Yep.
ever talk to the motherfucker, I'm going to go,
Yep.
I'll actually say it like this. I won't ask. I'll go, I just want you to know you're so believable that me and Chris Colvin think you're from fucking Bucksnort, brother.
Oh yeah, and Bucksnort's known for two things, three if you add the home of Mance Warner.
Yeah.
An Amish store that has some really kick-ass cheeses and local honey,
Fuck
and
yeah.
an adult bookstore. So it's like the opposite ends of the spectrum, and they're right across the interstate from each other. So it's like it's insane, and
That
it's fitting that
sounds,
that's where he would be from.
I was going to say, I think that's how you mix that shit together. I think you get Mance Warner.
You get fucking Mance Warner.
Yeah, absolutely. Fuck.
Yeah.
So, of course, he's the man. He continues onward into his life as IWTV champ. And God, I feel like Mance is like the top indie guy in a lot of ways right now. At least maybe the top indie name getting booked everywhere.
Well, I wrote down here that it feels like Mance is ready to carry independent wrestling on his back for a while.
Yeah.
And as the champion, IWTV champ, of course, that's something he would be expected to do. But he's absolutely positioned to do it, and it seems like he's willing to do it.
Absolutely. And it feels right, which is something that a lot of these fucking places just can't figure out. And it's an organic thing, just like the fucking second match here. It's crazy. Going into this, I've been impressed with Angel Metro. It's not that I haven't been.
Sure.
In Lucky 13, like I said earlier, big CZW guy over here back in the day. I know of Lucky 13 very well. And knowing the whole angle here of like the real life relationship, and then of course he turns on her and beats the fuck out of her, and I even tweeted it, and she like reposted of me going, hey, I'm not even gonna be fucking fake here. I want Angel to beat the fuck out of Lucky right here. And it was like, that's kind of what we got after a while.
Yes, it took a minute to get there, right? This was so uncomfortably great, right?
Yeah.
Like sometimes you need those things in your life that are just fucking awesome, but you don't feel great about, That's
Yeah.
what this was, This was one of those things where, and I think I texted this to you, reminded me of Mickey Knuckles and Ian Rotten.
Yes.
And, which is a match that, even if you don't know the fucked up history between those two, it's pretty stomach turning to watch, but you can't look away,
Yeah.
And that's what this wound up being. This was insane and easily on my list of matches of the year. I fucking loved it.
I loved it. And I loved it even before the violence escalated to like,
Yes.
even for both of them, unexpected levels. I mean, it had everything. Oh yeah. And I don't even remember, and you'll probably know, what the fuck even cut his arm so bad.
So I've watched the show 3 times, so I know what cut it. It was a light tube.
Yeah.
It was just a light tube, just an errant, just the way one landed on him, man, it got him right in the right spot.
Oh man. And when I tell you folks, it's like blackish blood. This was like fucking arterial fucking shit. It was insane.
This was from deep in the chasms of your body. That's where this fucking blood came from.
This was from his asshole, if you will, to make it country, like he's bleeding out his asshole here.
It was you see those things a few times when you watch a lot of deathmatch wrestling. You always hope that you don't see, like you mentioned Nick Gage, you never want to see what happened to Nick Gage, they happen to be hella chopped out, or whatever. But, when you see it and it's happening in real time, you're like, holy shit, man, are they going to stop the match? When they're coming in with towels and shit, you're like, okay, how much longer is this match going to go? And then it just kept going. I was like, holy shit, man, they're not calling for a finish.
Yeah, and did he get cut bad before the balcony dive, or what the fuck happened?
I think it was after the balcony dive. but it was like
Okay.
right after.
Yeah.
Yeah. What
Fuck.
about that curb stomp on the
Oh,
chair, the top rope? Jesus Christ,
I
man.
thought she was like really actually fucked
Yeah,
up. I was
I
like,
did
no,
too,
he
man.
landed on the back of her skull.
He did. He did. Again,
Uh,
watched it 3 times. I've like, holy shit. And again, I mean, I've told you before, I think Bear Bronson and Tank from, I think it was 91 is my current death match of the
yeah,
year up to this show. But now, I mean, hell, I don't know, man. I'm so sentimental for Tank that I really
of
want to keep
course.
him up there, you know. But damn, Angel Metro and Lucky 13 put on a hell of a performance.
Fucking unbelievable. Lucky wins,
Yep.
which this isn't the end. So I
Oh
can't
no,
imagine how they're gonna top this shit. I almost don't want to know.
no, I can't wait. I don't want to know what they're
Yeah.
going to do, but I can't wait to see it.
And this
Now,
match,
do
I
you think
don't.
they'll hold this for Tokyo?
Oh, I feel like yeah, you got to do that and make it like a crazy one, like
Like a circus
whatever.
death match, right?
Yeah, like something fucking nuts, something
Yeah.
June Kasai adjacent.
Yes. Yes.
Piranhas maybe. Well, that
Bring
may
out the
not be.
fucking scissor board.
Yeah, there we go. Get that shit out there. Get a fucking saw board out. I saw that the other day. It was like Tank and somebody. They had hand saw
Uh
boards.
huh.
I was like, fuck. I think it was him and Murdoch, in fact.
Yep.
Holy shit. Our next match, I don't know that it was announced,
I
but
don't think it
fuck,
was.
I loved it.
Yep.
You had
Oh yeah.
Jameson come out, talk his shit. God, I feel like he's up there with young blood that is rising in the deathmatch world. He's gonna be one of those guys if he wants to be that.
So I had an epiphany, kind of thinking about Jameson Shook and sort of what the trajectory he's on, right? And I in real time, I'm not going to pretend that I saw this, but I've watched enough IWA Mid South and the old stuff to kind of see. I know the history a little bit. He reminds me a little bit of Drake Younger in that
Yes.
Drake Younger was like so desperate to prove himself in a death match format, and in that world, and Shook is just like, fuck it, man, do whatever we got to do. I want to be. This is where I want to be. I love
Yeah,
James Shook. Just I can't say enough good things about him. And
me
the
either.
the pink
And like
jumpsuit is the fucking best.
it's so good. And it just gets heat so well. Yeah, I mean, I liked Jameson before I talked to him, and now I love him
Yeah.
because he is what you see is Jameson turned up a little bit.
Yeah.
He's one of those guys, like Big Dave, too, where
Oh
it's
yeah.
like, oh, you're just louder,
Yeah.
basically. You're the same motherfucker as the guy I'm talking to right now on your couch. But like, you're just fucking out there in tights. It's
I
fucking
love
crazy.
the interview you did with Jameson. That was really, really,
Um,
it really gave us a great perspective of him, and
Yeah.
where he comes from and what his thought processes are. I mean, the guy grew up on the shit we love, you know.
Yeah.
So deep respect for him.
Absolutely. Forever. And then like the fact that he's already promoting shows and he gets how to promote shows is like, there you
Yes.
go. And
Yes.
speaking of promoters, so he talks his shit, and who comes out? The boss,
That's
Danny
right.
DeMonto.
Yeah.
And it's crazy watching him because knowing that Danny is just literally put together by very, very thin threads right now.
Yeah.
He's fucked. He's got 2 bad elbows. He's got whatever the fuck else going on. But I know for a fact his elbows are just shot.
I think his spine and hips are on
Oh,
their last
man.
legs, or close enough.
Yeah. And
I
what
know
does
what
he
it's like
do?
getting out of bed every day at 51 for me, and I don't do shit. You know what I mean? Like, I just know what it's like. And if I were Danny, I don't know what the fuck I'd do.
I don't know, man. I mean,
Yeah.
of course, and he isn't quiet about it. He's a big weed guy.
Yeah.
Maybe, maybe he's, what Danny DeMonto is? He is the prime example of weed helps people.
Yes,
You know?
yes, he is showing everybody the healing power of THC, and God bless him for it.
Fuck, man. Because what else could it be? He does 1537 in a
Yep.
full death match, nothing pulled with a fucking young buck in
Yes.
Jameson Shook, who did not take it easy on him at all.
Yep. What was your favorite part of this match? I have one that's it was kind of a just a it was actually before the match even started, but there was something that happened before the match started that I just loved.
Maybe it's because it's been pushed a lot on social media. The fucking awesome bomb off the apron was
The
insane.
jackknife onto the that was insane.
But
Yes.
maybe the coolest visual was him doing the macho elbow.
Yes, that was freaking awesome. But I'll tell you that the, Jameson had to have loved having two beer cans slung at him before the match even started.
Yeah. Yeah. He was like, fuck, really?
Yeah, it's
You
fucking
hate me?
working. Yeah,
Yes. I'm in the NWO. Like he's
yeah. I
probably
made him
like thinking
shut the
like,
stupid fucking song off before you know.
oh man. Fucking amazing. That was so great too. Like, cut that shit
Yeah,
off.
I love it. God, I love him,
Yeah.
man.
He's so good. And he's
Yeah,
just he gets it. And then like Danny got it with him. And you can just
yes,
it's cool to see in real time people go, oh shit, the business is in good hands.
yep,
You know,
absolutely.
like,
Yeah,
okay, maybe I don't need to kill my spine every show. Maybe
yeah,
just Japan and some places I like
yeah,
working. Jameson's got it. Like maybe
yes.
we can just saddle him up with the fucking American next or something. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, very cool.
Oh, oh man. Okay, I like the thought. I love the sound of that. Let's see, Doctor
Because
Redacted and Jameson.
I
Let's do
like
that.
how Danny constructs his company because outside of a few things that have happened where they hot shot the belt, for the
Sure.
most part, when Danny puts that belt on somebody, it's the guy. And
Yep,
like we saw in the documentary before the show, which we haven't even discussed, which was great.
it was really good.
The gist of it, oh yeah, was which now it's on YouTube and shit, very easy to find. He had mentioned, like the Murdoch era is over and now we're into the redacted era. That tells you everything you need to know. He doesn't look at it like, okay, redacted has the title. No, he literally says like this is the era of redacted going forward. So you know that outside of any sort of fuckery that he's going with this dude. And I think about it and I go, okay, that means long term. Well, God, within a year or more, Jameson's going to be undeniable
Yeah,
with as fast as he's moving.
yeah.
You're going to not have any options. Like if he does stick around in the chains that long, which I don't see why he wouldn't. Uh, I mean, we're going to have that conversation. Obviously, other people come into that play as well, which I'm sure we'll get to in a second. But like, it's interesting to see. It's
Yeah.
that old versus new is always a fun sort of dichotomy for me.
Oh, and make no bones about it. I absolutely love the trajectory he's on, and I
Yeah,
think you're right. I hadn't really kind of put that on him that soon, but I could see him being the next guy. That's
you
and
never
I'm all
know.
for it. Let's do it.
But we're talking about the guy now because we
Absolutely.
he got the old 84 Hogan spot right smack dab in the middle. We're doing the main, which for this show, everything's a main. American Deathmatch title match, redacted defending against Dmitry Alexandrov. That dude is one of my absolute favorites anywhere right now.
Yeah, he's been a lot of fun to watch this year and watch his sort of rise. He's started at the end of 2025 and going into this year, you could just see it coming, And he
Mm-hmm.
was like we talked about in the first episode, he's the perfect pick for this spot
Oh
as
yeah.
far as the challenger for this belt at this time.
Yeah. And like just a guy that I was just very lucky to kind of be pretty deep into the like Texas indie scene there last year for a little bit.
Yeah,
And I saw him everywhere. And I was like,
yeah,
okay, the Death in the Family shows, he is the guy. And I was just like, okay, this feels like the next move. And knowing how Danny is, and like, he watches everything. Like that
yes,
is the secret to his success is, you know, he watches it all. So him putting him with redacted, and it is like that classic booking move too, where redacted's got the belt, he's defended a little bit, and this is the classic like, all right, Dimitri isn't the guy yet,
right,
but he's gonna be, and let's give him that. I always, for whatever reason, because it's my era, I always like call it the Razor Royal Rumble 93 main spot, where it's like he wasn't going to beat Brett for the WWF title. However,
Right.
he's the next big guy coming up, and watch him is the purpose
Yes.
of this title match right now.
Yep.
We're putting him with the top guy for a reason, because he's gonna be one. And
Yep.
that's what this was. And the match fucking reflected it, because they fucking went crazy.
They did. So like I kept looking at that ladder, and that ladder, I don't know, man. That ladder took me back to a whole different time in my life, man. We had that ladder in my garage growing up. That fucking aluminum ladder. I was like, holy shit, I've not seen one of those in years. Where the hell did they find that?
I was like, what the fuck? Did you just like go to like Chico and the Man's fucking set and just like steal that? What the fuck, man?
Yeah. Yep.
Amazing.
And then you had the old ironing boards, man. This was a match for, taking me back to my childhood,
Right. It's like they went to a swap in fucking Jersey on the way, and they just were like, fuck, it's like all these 80-something-year-old motherfuckers' houses in this store. Let's just tape this shit, and it works.
It was that was a really good match, but nightmare fuel for me is that fucking scissor bat.
Oh my god, man. Yeah.
I'm just so grateful nobody really swings that thing, because holy shit, we'll have a Takeda moment,
Yeah, and we don't need that right now. And little did we know where the night was going.
Yes.
So fuck. Yeah, great moment. And Redacted gets the fucking win here. He's the fucking top guy. It's another guy, Redacted. Like, man, I mean, I know that like obviously he's been around a little bit, but he's not been around that fucking long.
Mm-hmm.
And like you see where he got, like I watched one of his like older matches in Circle 6, literally in someone's backyard. And I'm like, dude, this motherfucker came from nowhere into this spot. Very cool to see him really like, and he feels like somebody that you don't see a lot of hate. Even the most hater motherfuckers online don't hate on this guy.
Right. Now the next show is Tokyo.
Yeah, 101 is in Tokyo.
Okay, good. So he gets to take the belt to Tokyo and defend it.
I hope they just go all the way and it's him and Takeda, man. Let's just rip the Band-Aid. Let's go. That's what I hope.
Yeah, I hope so too. That would be.
Why not?
Make it happen, Danny? Come on,
Danny. Fuck. Yeah. I'll tell you, one of my favorite things was this four-way that we will discuss next, which is Casanova, Valentine, JB now coming in for Hoodfoot, Kaplan, who was a guy that I just lucked out, had for whatever reason kind of like scratched an AIW itch I had from listening to the old podcast with Biggins. And one of the guys that they were like fucking glazing was Kaplan. They're like, listen, he's shockingly athletic and he's fucking awesome. And then I saw Kaplan have a match with Mance at an AIW show this year. And I went, dude, this fucking guy rules.
Oh yeah.
And he ruled here. And of course the fourth, Low Life Louie, which I don't think Louie quit crying from the second he walked out with his son.
That was so cool. That was, I loved every bit of that, that alone made the match for me. Just watching Louie's reaction and how proud he was to be there.
Yeah, it was awesome. And of course, in Jersey, everyone fucking loved this guy.
Sure.
And I mean, I really loved this because Casanova's insane. So of course he did his shit where he got the shit beat out of him and killed everybody. JB Anderson, though, to me, and Kaplan, but JB, this was like his star-making performance. I think he is like inching his way into being one of the guys in this scene, because he took everything in this fucking thing.
Yeah, the notes I have, of course, Low Life Louie, it was just great seeing him, right?
Yeah.
Kaplan, you had kind of clued me in a little bit on, so I was kind of focused in on him, and he did that fucking dive through the chains. That was awesome. But yes, JB Anderson, he stood out, man. He just really did. And of course, I think the match ended on a dildo mutilation.
Yes,
cattle mutilation with a dildo.
Right.
Again, that would be the perfect time for my grandson to walk in the room.
Oh, of course.
That's happening. right?
He's like, what the fuck? Yeah. And you're like, it's almost like so weird that you almost want to go, no, it's not deathmatch wrestling, it's porn.
Yes,
Just so
exactly.
it's like less weird,
I was
actually.
watching porn.
Yeah. And he's like, oh fuck.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, and yeah, Casanova, unbelievable. And one of those guys that, like, man, what a weird fucking career this dude's had. I kind of didn't realize that he had any sort of like history here in the States. I found out about him because he was like the Chinese deathmatch
Oh,
guy
yeah.
on the
Yep.
internet. And I'm like, is this a work? And then, of course, I saw him wrestling Chinese people, and I went,
Yep.
holy shit. He really
Yeah.
just went to China and just became fucking Nick Gage for China. It's
Yes.
insane.
Yep. Oh, yeah. Just huge in China,
Fuck,
which
it's
is
fucking weird.
man, if you can pull it off, do it. You know, it's a great market.
Yeah.
Captive audience.
And they got money. They'll fucking
Yes.
give you money, man.
Absolutely.
Of course, the real highlight of this is post-match where
Yes.
everyone fucks off and out comes Danny. And he's like, hey, man, I know you're like, fuck it. You don't really want to do this anymore. Let's fucking come back here.
Let's do
New
one.
Year's fucking time and let's
Yes.
fucking do this shit. Let's do 2027. Amazing. And
I
so
can't
cool that
wait.
we have that to look forward to that long out.
Yes. Yep.
I love it.
And is that taking place at the Elks Lodge? Is that right?
I think he said back at Anchor. I
Oh, is
think
it at
maybe
Anchor?
that
Okay.
was I think they're doing New Year's at Anchor
Oh,
again,
man. I
which,
can't.
hey,
That's going to be so good.
yeah.
Yeah. I loved Danny gave Louis his flowers, man. He really
Yep.
did.
I mean, and that was cool too of him talking about like, dude, I, got in this business. It was not great. And Louis was one of the good guys, that
Mhm.
didn't give me shit and didn't fucking bully me. And that's
You
a
actually tried to
big
make me
deal.
better, I think he
Yeah.
told him, you actually were the one that tried to make me better.
Yeah, not just fucking do your moves on me to
Yep.
fucking be ready for the ROH weekend or whatever the fuck.
Right.
Yeah. And it's like I said earlier, we need more of this shit in wrestling where people get their flowers for being good and being fucking, we saw it at Produce with fucking Okada and Tiger Mask 4. It's like, yeah, man, like that's genuine. That's real.
Yep.
And we got that here as well. And then, I mean, even IWTV threw the question out, maybe match of the year. And
Yeah.
I think probably it's Schlack against Slade. I cannot believe looking at the time, it was only 8 minutes, 38 seconds. It felt like it went on in a good way. It felt like everything happened in that
Yes.
fucking sub 9 minutes. Greatest sub 9 minute match of all time. I'll go ahead and say that right now.
Oh, it's so. Yes, I think you
Probably.
could be right.
Death
I mean,
match.
so okay, death match, absolutely. I'm going to always hold Matt Riddle versus Gunnar Miller way high
Right,
up there.
right, yeah, of course.
But as far as death match, I don't know, man. How do you top this?
Yeah.
How do you top it? I mean, Slade is every time I see Slade, I'm more and more impressed with him. Right. This goes back like 4 or 5 years ago when he wrestled Biff Busick, I think at a Beyond show. That was a fucking incredibly insane match. And that was like the first time I'd ever saw Slade, and I've been following him ever since, And every time he wrestles, I'm like, this motherfucker's insane, and I love him. Please tell me he doesn't have a regular job. Please tell me this fucker lives on a bridge somewhere or is, on work release or some shit. Please.
Well, I will tell you this. I have like DM'd with him, and he doesn't talk in DMs any different.
Oh,
and I literally told him the other day, I was like, bro, I'm so glad you're so genuine.
Yeah.
Because so many motherfuckers, and I was talking to another one, Bacabella, actually, about this as well, where I said, I really just wish people were characters.
Yes.
And they weren't just a fucking bullshit gimmick. Like, live this shit. I don't want to know you have a life. I don't want to know. I don't want to. And I also don't want to even have that option. I want you to fucking tweet your weird shit, and that's it, man. And like
Yeah.
me and you in confidence about a whole other thing, we're saying the same thing, right? Like just be to the point on your socials and then fuck off, right? Like
Right.
just don't give me any sort of real life. I don't
That's
want to know. And Slade is the king of that shit.
so for the second time in one night, we had different shades of blood.
Oh fuck.
Fucking Slack, black, red, uh, darker red,
Purple.
darker black, purple. It was just
Oh fuck.
every shade of the fucking Crayola box came out.
Yeah. Which, isn't insane to think when you understand that the match began with them chucking light
Yes.
tubes at each other to the
Yeah.
point that several fans got cut up in the
Oh yeah.
fucking front row. And
Yeah.
because it's the chains, they were losing it even more.
Yes.
There was a hot oil wrestling moment with a fan in the front row, but the oil was just blood. I was like, holy shit.
Oh,
Nothing
that
could
poor
be
dude had to
more
pretty
prime.
much take off all of his clothes,
Yes.
before the end of the match.
He was very
Uh,
happy about it.
so there was a on YouTube, if you ever type in longest bear fight ever caught on video, right?
Yeah.
There's this nature video of these two bears, and it's that what they figure is it's a dad and a son, right? A father and a son, and the son is testing the dad, and it goes on for like I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 minutes, but it's the most brutal, gruesome thing you've ever seen. Literal fur flying, blood, spit, everything.
Yeah.
That's what this match reminded me of. And I
Oh,
highly
yeah.
recommend anybody that's watching this go watch that bear fight and then come back and think about this match, because that's what this was. This was just a fucking bear fight.
Fucking unbelievable, man. I
Yeah.
mean, it's one of those things too. I don't even know what to say about it outside of what we've already said. You just got to fucking watch it. Like,
So I don't know what kind of music fan you are, right? But back in the 90s, there was a band called The Unsane, right? And they had this video called Scrape for their song Scrape. And all it is a bunch of like slams from skaters, like breaking their fucking arms and,
yeah,
busting themselves up real bad. When I watched this match, that's the other thing is I could put Scrape on by Unsane and it would totally be like the music video for it. It
that's
was
fucking, yes.
perfect. I was like, man, I don't know, man. I'm going to be singing the praises of this match and, of course, Metro and Lucky 13 for a very long time.
Yeah. I mean, we were losing it, live
Yeah.
on text, like, dude,
Yeah.
what the fuck? This is crazy. Like, I knew 100 was a thing, but like this is a whole other level of
Yes.
fucking death match, just decadence almost.
Oh,
It's like,
absolutely.
fuck. I almost
Like
feel
Nirvana.
like,
It was like Deathmatch Nirvana.
yes.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
again, the main event happens, and you're
Sure.
like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And I mean, I already knew Eric Ryan, John Wayne Murdoch, and I was so lucky to have interviewed John Wayne Murdoch and was able to ask him about this. And he just said straight up, he's like, it has been the plan for a long time that, hey, if the chains get to 100 shows, we are going to be part of that,
Oh, I
you
love
know?
it.
And yeah, and he was just like, whether we're in the company or not. And that was, I even said, I was like, you and Danny had like a real, and he was like, oh yeah, like we were severed for a little bit. The fact that this even happened at all is fucking tremendous. It's a testament to everyone involved. Danny, Eric, John, that everyone put everything aside and were like, this is special enough to do. But it feels like every era of the chains going through the years has had a pivotal Eric Ryan, John Wayne Murdoch moment. Obviously, the first show set the tone. Wasn't
Right.
supposed to be shit. Murdoch wasn't even supposed to be on that show initially. Got on just because Danny was like, oh, you're on another show? Okay, I'll fucking have you on because your trans is already dealt with.
Yep.
And here we are. And then, of course, we had like the fucking hour Iron Man with these guys during the pandemic. Was there like two, or was there just two with John? Because I think there was 2 period, maybe.
I think there was 2 period.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
because
yeah, perfect way to end it when you figure that, this was the match of the night at number 1.
yeah.
Hell of a way to close out number 100, and I used to love college football. I don't really so much anymore, but this was the Texas Longhorns and Ohio State Buckeyes that I would like to see.
Yes.
This is this Longhorns and Buckeyes. Let's see them go at like this, rather than the shit we got to watch on Saturdays.
Yeah, exactly. And as a Hogs fan for my whole life, for no fucking
Yeah.
reason whatsoever, fucking
Ah,
I'm right
yeah.
there with you. Well, I'm from there. That's the reason. But
That's the
with them.
reason, right?
Yeah. And my poor wife went there. I'm like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that you inherited that you didn't even have the albatross put on you at a young age, like me.
What'd you think of Murdoch as a human pincushion?
Unbelievable. Holy shit. And when he took that bump, and at first I didn't even know what the fuck it was. I was like, okay, that's a block of something. And I just assumed it was like fucking metal skewers or something.
Yeah.
And no, they're safety pins.
Yes.
Which he immediately was like, fuck those motherfuckers. Never again. Which I could see when he hit that thing, he jumped up like,
and on commentary, I don't know if you remember on commentary, they said, and he still doesn't take his shirt off.
Yeah, of course. No, fuck no. That's his fucking staple right there. Keep that shirt on, buddy. Like the Kevin Owens of deathmatch, man.
Yes.
I get it.
Are there 2 guys better at using light tubes?
No.
Holy shit.
I don't think so. Which is funny, knowing that Murdoch almost fucking got his arm amputated off of that shit, back in the day. Yeah. I mean, but it's like their element at this point. I feel like if there's not a layer of broken glass on the mat, I don't think they wrestled.
Yeah, well, and I agree with him. I don't think that they would have had a match either.
No, you imagine if they would have had this match and it was just like a WWF 1999 fucking. Oh man,
trash can lids and fucking shopping carts.
Yeah, no blood. Fuck.
Yeah. Absolutely not.
It wasn't that. Were there any terracotta pots?
There was not.
That's
I don't
crazy.
think there were. Yeah, I don't think that there were.
I don't remember them.
I mean, I just recall the light tubes, the pin cushions. Yeah.
Yeah. God, this was fucking crazy. And then, it feels like you're like out of the blue, Eric fucking wins this thing.
Yes.
And I love that. Because I think that says everything you need to know about the chains. It's come in. I don't know why this is my comparison, but there is the Office episode where it's the fucking casino.
Oh, yes.
Leave your preconceived notions behind. That's what I thought about this finish. I was like, everyone thought Murdoch was going to win this fucking thing because he's
absolutely. I would have. I might have bet the house on it. I thought Murdoch had this.
Loved it.
I loved that the ending caught me by surprise, and I love that.
Yes. And then Danny coming back out and was like, here you go, man. And then of course, because he's got to fuck with us. Yeah. It's not over. We'll do it again. And I'm like, fuck, okay. What now? 125? Like, what's the next barometer here?
That's right.
But there you go, man. And that was 100. And I'm right there with you. I mean, at least in the last decade, I can't think of anything better.
No, and you know what? It's probably some recency bias, but I don't really care, man. I put that card. That was just such a fun show to watch. And to get me to watch something 3 times is, especially from front to back, almost impossible. Right. And I've done it this week just because I enjoyed the hell out of it. And I could go back and watch Metro and 13. Like, I might do it tonight before I go to bed.
You should. Just your wife's gonna be like, good night, and you're gonna be like, all right, I'm gonna throw on this Angel Metro like you 13 shit.
Just close your eyes, please. Don't look up. But
don't worry.
Match gets fucked up. Yeah.
Yeah. Again, the black blood thing again. Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I put her through Damus and Mad Dog Connolly. You know, I think I've watched that match
yeah.
more than just about anything. So she probably knows that match by heart and doesn't really enjoy wrestling too much. But
And
she's seen
just
it a
to
lot.
say, it's in that spirit. Now we've got Slade and Mad Dog coming
Oh, I can't wait.
for the
I
next
just
season.
can't wait, dude. Like I saw Slade and Mad Dog. As a matter of fact, like right here where I'm pointing,
Yeah.
that's Slade and Mad Dog from TWE. Yeah, like that's on
Holy
my
fuck,
wall.
man.
I love that shit.
Yeah, me too, man. It's just wrestling's cool. If you know what it is, and this will be a perfect like little thing to like, we'll obviously just do a finish, but I think
Yeah.
to just really wrestling is cool sometimes.
Yes.
Sometimes wrestling can just be cool. You can
Yeah.
let it be cool.
And you should make it cool. Like it,
Yeah.
find a way. If you're a wrestling fan and if you're watching this, goddamn, you better be a fucking wrestling fan.
Yeah.
Uh, just enjoy it and find something you really love and latch onto it. Because I was thinking about it earlier. It is art, right? You had texted something earlier about art, and I had said in our chat that I found like 16 matches just in the last week that are excellent.
Yeah.
I'm not going to find 16 new songs that are excellent. I'm not going to find 16 television shows that are excellent. I won't find 16 books released in the last week that are excellent. You can find that if you've got to put the effort in, of course, but it's out there and you make the best of it. That's what.
Yeah.
Fuck all the bullshit. I mean, that's what this is. This is just we're supposed to be having fun, right?
We are
Yeah.
supposed to be having fun, but people make it fucking miserable. So,
Right.
and I know all about that from this last
Yes.
week.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think of anything. Fucking full disclosure, tomorrow of the recording of this, I fucking wake up and do my WCW podcast, so that's coming out, and then of
Oh, I
course
can't wait. I got to start
I'm.
listening to that, man. I've watched all your interviews. I've not listened to the pod yet. I've got to do that.
It's fucking nuts, man, and it's really fun though to go back and like think about, like, for instance, we are covering March of 1993 right now, in Saturday nights, because that's all you can fucking find.
Ooh,
Yeah, it's crazy,
that's the
but
best
it's
shit too, man.
oh my god, and we're right at the Davy Boy Smith just came in. Flair
Okay.
just came back. Arn just came back from injury. They're teasing the Horseman again. Before that was a lot of good
93
shit.
was this JR sort of hosting the show like with a sit down deal and
That was
like
92, and
92.
those rate that fucking shit.
Oh my
Fuck.
God. Like I
So
can remember
bad.
like the lead singer of fucking Alabama being on one of
Yes.
those episodes and
What, Hattiesburg, Mississippi,
yeah, yep.
fucking city barbecue, baby. And I'm just like everywhere, and it's not just the fucking southeast.
Dude, you nailed it. And that's what's
Ah,
beautiful about it though. You go back and watch it and you're like, Ted Turner.
yeah, like, brother. Fuck. But no, we're at a pivotal time. Regal just literally debuted. Just came in. I'm leaving this in too. My wife just came in and went, "That voice you just fucking did was the weirdest shit you've ever done in your life." Then it's good shit, pal. Um, yeah, what else am I doing? Oh, piece in Voices about the recent Jim Fannin family
Yes.
wrestle art slash
Yes.
revival of the IWA Mid-South World Championship. I feel like it's easily some of the coolest shit happening, and I am so angry that no one is like really signal boosting that like I think it should be. So I'm gonna, I guess. So
No
that's
one's signal
happening.
boosting it because you're supposed to be doing it.
Well, there you go. There you
Yeah.
fucking it happened. You know,
Yep.
I'll get my wife to do a fucking a candle burning about it or something.
There you go.
Maybe she did. That's probably what's going to happen. Is later I'm going to find out. Hey, by the way, that I can't announce the big thing yet. I guess maybe I could, but I'm not gonna. That has taken a lot of my fucking life. Trying to think of anything else. Fuck, life, really?
Yeah. When I get done here,
Yeah.
I've got to write about this last week in professional wrestling. It is
Yes.
absolutely just been incredible, and I can't think of a week that I've enjoyed more. Just all across the world, from death match to Joshi and everything in
Yeah.
between.
It's been a fucking
just a great
killer
week,
week.
unbelievable week.
Yeah. And I mean, of course, Grand Slam, all that shit. So yeah, look at Chris's Substack for all that because it's always going to be great.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, let's do this again soon.
Oh, definitely. And I think the next one we should do, because we've got enough time between chain shows, we're gonna do our best matches in the chains all time. I don't know if it's top 10, a top 5, whatever.
Whatever it is.
Yeah.
I can't wait, man. I can't wait to see what you bring to the table and what I bring to the table. It'll be fun.
I've already got some weird ones that you're probably gonna be like, really? There you go, man.
So I've got one. I'm not going to spoil it, but I've got one that I'll bet you is not going to be on your list, but is near the top on mine.
Fuck yeah. So until next time, everybody have a good one and go watch shit that you like.
Absolutely, man. Dig in.